Hello everybody, my name is CaptSalmonBoy and welcome back to Mini Runs episode 2. Today we're hopping back into Enter the Gungeon and we're going off on our wild adventure as we try to kill off our past. Now for this run, I had a couple different ideas of where I wanted to go. I mainly wanted to collect the items necessary to create the bullet that lets you go destroy your past. However, there's several components, several different levels that you have to go through. And usually you can't do it in one run. Usually it's best to do it throughout multiple runs and pray that you make it to the end. But I'm dumb. I like to take on a challenge. I like to see if I can get all the parts in one go. And yeah, that's sort of the adventure today. And yeah, if you're new and you enjoy what you see, please do drop a subscribe. It means the world to me and it helps out the channel a lot. So yeah. We're just moving through the floors, we're playing the Marine. I enjoy the Marine. The Marine's a good class as I've come to know. I used to play around with the Pilot a lot, but then someone taught me the ways of the Marine. One of my friends, he said, "Sal, you're a fool. Use the Marine, use it to your full force potential." I don't know what he said, but I understood now why it was so important. It's such a versatile class, it's so very useful, and all because he gets a shield, and that's just free health. Honestly, at the end of the day, I will take anything to last a little bit longer in the Gungeon. And so yeah, we're moving through that. We are trying to get to the forge. It's so many levels. Something I didn't explain last time is there are 4 floors to go through. There's also secret floors between each floor that you can sort of get to if you want to. Secret floors are a bit annoying. You gotta pay for with keys. Usually to get through them or find like secret holes, and a lot of the times it's very annoying because it means foregoing items for that level, and that's not something that I want to risk, especially if it's a run where I want to try and get all the necessary parts to start beating the game. And so kinda don't enjoy going down the secret levels, but you know, we give it a go if we have the facilities for that, you know? And so yeah, there are 4 levels you get through. Finally, you hit the final level. I believe it's called the Forge. Once you're at the Forge, you get to just go straight through, beat the final boss, and then you get a Glock that points right back at you, and you get to shoot off your past. But I've never made it that far. I believe I beat the dragon once. For some reason, it doesn't show my achievements on my Steam account. It only shows it on my laptop's version. So like, I look at my laptop and go, "Wow, I'm doing so well," and then I go to my desktop computer, pick it up, and it's like, "You have done nothing. You are a fool. You can't play Gungeon for shit." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best over here." But yeah. And so I just wanted to enjoy some fun runs while we talk about some stuff. Have some fun. Oh, slimes are the worst enemy. I'm pretty sure I have to hunt down a bunch of slimes and have to beat them. So it's actually the one time that I'm enjoying killing slimes, but slimes are the worst enemy just because, like Minecraft, they keep breaking apart, and then like if you're not paying attention or in a crowded room, the little guys can come up and just take damage, can deal damage against you. And it's pretty rude because I'm not a fan of that. And yeah, I like Gungeon, but there's also other games that I've been looking towards in playing. There's Binding of Isaac, Crypt of the Necrodancer, Dead Cells, and so many others. Death Road to Canada is another one. These are they're just so many fun games where you get to do quick runs through randomly generated levels. I'm checking for secret rooms now. Something I didn't realize while doing this run is that I have a room clearing gun. So going off topic, a room clearing gun, usually when you're doing runs, it's best to have 2 kinds of guns. Guns that you use to melt down the boss. You usually save this for the entire floor until you get to the boss to use it specifically for them, because usually there are guns that absolutely shred through their health. And then there are room clearing guns that are really good for clearing out rooms or just dealing a lot of damage in a lot of close quarters. So shotguns are really good for that, and the gun that we just picked up is a shotgun, which would not entirely be useful during a boss fight because usually you want to keep your distance because bosses can attack very widely and very directly compared to normal enemy types where you can just sort of roll around them. And yeah, I want to make sure I'm covering my bases. That's why I go to the shop and then buy that key. I want to make sure I have everything I can before I go down to the next level, so I don't have to rush back because it's effort. I'd rather get all my stuff out of the way, do all my shopping ahead of time. And for this floor, we're versing the twins. The twins, and here we go. That's where I realized that, oh, this is a shotgun, my room clearing gun. And it works pretty well. An item that we also got was the flame bullets. It lets us randomly get a chance to stupid damage. Randomly gives us the chance to shoot flaming bullets that deal fire damage to the enemy. What much else can I say about the bullets? I wasted that. I don't know what the item's called. I'm a blank. Oh my god. I was thinking to myself, damn, I'm drawing a blank. Wow. Wouldn't it be funny if the item was also called a blank? And yeah, something interesting about the Trigger Twins. I think we versed them last time. I don't recall. But I'll say it again for maybe some new people who haven't played. That was a really good blank usage. When you kill one of the twins, that was dumb, I walked into him. When you kill one of the twins, the other one gets super pissed. It gets some of its health back and deals even more damage even faster and more frequently. And that's why this boss is tough, but it's not like tough. Like, I'm taking stupid damage here, but realistically, anyone could beat the Trigger Twins. And so yeah, easily beaten. I was hoping to get a clean sweep so I could get extra health. So something I don't think I mentioned either was if you finish a boss room cleanly without taking any damage, you get an extra item that heals you. Oh, and mimics. Oh my god. Okay, I want to have a quick rant. This game hates me because every time I open up like a chest or go anywhere, there are mimics. And what's worse with Enter the Gungeon is mimics can be anything. It can be the pots along the side of the room, it can be the walls, it can be the entrance to the boss room, it can be doors, it can be anything. If you think to yourself, damn, can that be a mimic? Yes, it can be. And yes, it will fight you. For instance, like, there are mimics that are chests, right? And the mimic chests will kill you based on their level, or will be their difficulty is based on the level of the chest. So you'll fight a mimic that's like a brown chest and they'll go down after a couple of hits because they're not meant to be hard. But you'll fight a mimic that's a red or a black chest and it's like, it will destroy you, it'll end your day and it's not fun. And one of the bonuses of fighting mimics is that sometimes you have a chance to get an extra item, and usually it's just free money at the end of the day. The game like randomly generates it. It's not fun, but it's like, it's pretty nifty that the game has so many small details in it that you wouldn't notice until it like happens. Like the one I mentioned where even the boss door can be a mimic is a 1 in a million chance. And one of my mates got it the other day and it was going absolutely ham. He was like, it's so tough. How did he get through it? He powered through it like a Chad, but managed to do it in the end. Enemy types, Lead Maiden, the one we're fighting right now, absolutely dislike it. Not a fan of that, but you know, we get through it pretty easily. Enemies that just have attacks that home or like follow you around in general are not the greatest enemy types in my opinion. They're not fun to verse. You gotta roll around them constantly. You gotta play defense more than offense. And in the words of Ishin, the Sword Saint from Sekiro, hesitation is defeat. So, hey, that's a Sekiro reference. Do I have any Sekiro fans? Comment down below if you're a Sekiro fan. Let me know which boss you had the toughest time with. Because I had a tough time with Ishin, but I powered through it in the end. Like a champion. Ishin was a fun boss, I will say. It combined so many life lessons that the game teaches you, and it was really enjoyable to play. But yeah, we are powering through the gungeon. There's a games room to the right. We'll go back to that area later, and we'll just keep moving around. For some reason, it felt like my mouse is slower. That's why I kind of had a little spaz out with the mouse there. But we're good. We're rolling. We're schmooving. But yeah, I'd like to take this moment to talk about my direction with the YouTube channel. Oh, I fell into the hole. I am a fool. With the YouTube channel, I'm thinking about doing more shorts. Definitely taking some of the content I made on TikTok. By the way, check out my TikTok. That's my main source of content as of right now. I'm trying to slowly do YouTube as well. I kind of like YouTube, and it's a way of pushing creators and their content. I think that's much nicer than TikTok, where it's a bit more arbitrary in how it does it. At least from experience, like what I've seen. I'm enjoying the YouTube content too, because YouTube is a lot just chilling, enjoying yourself, having fun. Yo, free key. This gun is so good. It's one-shotting. It's the best room clearing gun I've had so far. I've probably had other good guns, but just in this run so far, I'm absolutely loving it. Hoping to get other guns would be nice. Could you imagine having additional guns besides the AK? But yeah, we'll see. But yes, YouTube Shorts. Lead Maiden, back at it again to ruin my day. Where was I going? That's right, TikTok. TikTok has such shorter content than YouTube, so you'll make a video that's within a 1 minute time frame on TikTok. And most people won't watch it, will watch like the first 15 seconds of it, but at least YouTube, when people come to watch, it's more sit down, and that's kind of the content I like. I don't want to make content that someone looks at for 2 seconds and goes meh, and then moves on. It's not fun. Like, it takes the creativity of making content out of it entirely to just making something that catches someone's attention really quick so they can watch your thing and then move on with your day, or with their day. And that's not something fun. I find it, like, I enjoy some TikTok content I absolutely enjoy making, but YouTube content is way more fun because it's way more thought out, and I get to go for as long as I want and get to chill out. Like, I'm schmooving, that's the word I was looking for, schmooving through the dungeon, and I'm chilling here talking here with you guys, and it's going pretty well. This guy sucks. He's an enchanter. He will upgrade enemies and they will deal extra damage, and it's not fun fighting them. More slimes. You could roll through the slimes, I've learnt, but if you're not careful, if you roll into them and you don't roll into them while you have invincibility frames, you will just take unnecessary damage. And as we all know, I hate unnecessary damage. It's one of my biggest gripes. Gets to me every time. I have ended runs because I took unnecessary damage. I like to think to myself, if I can't get through at least a floor, particularly the first floor, damageless, then it ain't worth it, you know? Oh hey, we're going through the games area? Let me talk about this area now. Oh, nope, we kept moving. You know, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to find all the chests. Oh, right, I know what I'm thinking. I'm hoping to get an item that helps me beat the games room. By the way, Primer too expensive. I believe I considered not getting it and just moving on because I wasn't going to sit around and wait to get the money. The Primer is very expensive, so sometimes you got to forego buying items for 2 floors if you're unlucky, like I am. I need an additional 30, don't have the money for it. Oh, another mimic chest. That's 2 in this run. That's way more than I usually get. I do not like how many mimics I've gotten. I wonder if I kept going, what would have happened. Also, that's a synergy. We got the copper amulet with the fire bullets, and we got the hot one synergy. This is a special room. I didn't one-try the boss. I didn't get the special item from the secret area, and so I couldn't go unlocking the special zone. Oh well, move on with our life. Primer, too expensive. And so we go to the game show room, because in the game show room is, not the game show, but games room, you could get free items based on how many points you score. And if you hit all 4, you get super good items, and if you mess up, you get less and less tier loot each time round. And so, you know, I'm kind of cut up by that first shot. I thought it would go through, but I'm bad at aiming. Second shot, I hoped that could have gone through. There we go. And final shot, I realized I missed another shot. Oh well, that's my life. Anyway, I was hoping that this would work. In hindsight, my angle was completely off. But oh well, we got some blue tier loot, and we got another active item. I take a moment to look at it, but honestly, I really wanted the Molotov just to deal additional damage. I find it that being more offensive and having more offensive-based equipment on you ends up being better. But yeah, I'm reading through my little list here. Shorts. Yeah, talked about that. TikTok. This video is sponsored by water. You should drink. See that bottle next to you? That's right. I know you got a water bottle next to you. Drink it. Stop sitting around and waiting. Drink that water. Be healthy. It's important to drink water. Anyway, we're off to the boss, and we are fighting the Beholder. The Beholder is a Dungeons and Dragons a Dungeons and Dragons reference. It's a creature that you can find in D&D, and it's a creature you could also find in Enter the Gungeon, and I find that really, really cool reference because I'm a big D&D dude, and I enjoy D&D a lot. I'm actually playing D&D today. This is great for me. I'm talking about D&D. I'm already in the D&D mindset. I'm double winning. Took unnecessary damage. Didn't know why I used the blank there because I was going to be okay. walked right into that. Something I really don't like, again, those homing bullets just chasing me. You can shoot them a couple times and they break, but when you're fighting with this boss where he shoots so many various levels of bullets, like, it's very unpredictable and very rough. And so, you know, one would hope that you could hit them and block them away, but sometimes that's not the case unless you're standing still and like copying it. But I sort of, when I acknowledged that I was almost at the end, I just kept shooting. I didn't worry about the rockets trying to hit me or anything. And we got through it. We took some dumb damage. I was a bit upset. And we also got a demon head. I don't know what the demon head does. I never actually tested it out. I don't know why. I had it. I think I was saving it for the next boss. Any weapons that are usually charge based do pretty well, I find it. And are great for cleaning through bosses. I think that's pretty great. But yeah, I speaking of bosses, I recently have been trying to do the Sekiro Gauntlet of Strength, where you have to fight through all the bosses of the game. And I'm considering streaming it, so people can, like, because I wanted to stream Sekiro, but because Sekiro is such a big game, and because I don't stream for long hours, I thought it would be better to do a boss run. Oh my god, this gun works so well. He fell down, he's dead, we're done, we're clean, we move on to the next area, we'll stay winning. But yeah, do Gauntlet of Strength. I have so many plans for streaming. I have lore stuff in the works that's going to be happening soon. I've been planning a lot of lore stuff for my SMP that I'm a part of, the Done SMP. And by the way, check out my Twitch if you follow me just on YouTube, because I stream twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 to 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm doing a tournament. I do Bed Wars tournaments every so often. Usually I announce it ahead of time, but I like to do it spontaneously as well. Sometimes I message other streamers to come along and we have some fun. It's pretty good. Tag along if you enjoy that kind of stuff. You should. The link's in the description for everything that I say. Go follow me on. Yo, go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Discord. Go follow me on YouTube. Go follow me on TikTok. Just follow me everywhere, you know. Oh, something I did want to talk about as well. With TikTok, they've introduced a 3-minute feature, and I just want to say this: that's the dumbest idea I have ever seen. For statistically, on average, the way people watch TikTok is like they watch like the first 15 seconds, and if they like it, they might watch it for another 5-10 more seconds before they eventually give up. Most people won't stick for a really long video unless it's like one of those, oh, today I did this, and you gotta watch till the end to see what it's like. And I just don't want to do that, you know. That's not my whole spiel. I like making funny segments, funny clips, for people to sit there and watch and appreciate, you know. But TikTok is very strange at what gets people's attention, what doesn't. And yeah, we're moving through this dungeon. Wow, that was a dead end. I'm surprised we got to a dead end so early. But yeah, TikTok, I was part of the alpha for it too, and when I saw the notification for the alpha, I already knew ahead of time this is a terrible idea, because like, I've seen people on TikTok use the 3-minute feature, and they get significantly less viewership than they would have if they made a shorter video and then just said, go check the rest out on my YouTube channel. It's wild, understand, because I'm a big fan of statistics, right? You know, at the end of the day, I do a big statistics uni course. And so I understand that side of things, looking at the numbers and how people are affected and how it operates. Dumb damage again. I stood there and took it. I don't know how he froze. I looked over this footage several times. I don't know what happened in that instance. If anyone knows, please comment down below what happened to that guy. He like took freezing damage, and I have no idea. But yeah, I was part of the alpha for the 3-minute thing, and I saw ahead of time that it probably wasn't going to work. And I genuinely thought that they weren't going to include it, because like, it just didn't seem like it'd be the right thing to do. For especially smaller content creators that make smaller clips who aren't making long videos. I don't know why they seem to take such a YouTube approach. By the way, it's strong irony that I was complaining about homing bullets earlier, and I end up getting homing bullets later as an upgrade. That's good irony right there. Irony? Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm not an English major. I'm a sad boy. That way is a mini boss. I don't want to go to the mini boss. I'm not in the mood, especially with 1 health. That is not a good position to be in. Ideally, I would probably go and get an health upgrade. That would be a lot smarter for me. But yeah, what else has been happening in the news as we briefly pause here? There's a new Matrix. I'm excited for that. I've watched all 3 Matrix movies. Those were great. Absolutely loved each and every one of them. New God of War, new Spider-Man. That's pretty cool. And new Wolverine movie. There's a couple new Marvel games coming out. And a new Spider-Man movie. Oofs! Oh my god. Once it comes out, I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to dedicate its own video to just sitting there talking about how much I love it. This room is wild to me. It puts you on rails and then like gives you such small position to be able to fight. It really sucks because I take a lot of dumb damage in here, and it's really unfortunate how it goes. I get hit once there, I try to take a shot and I get cornered again, and as we know from the past, that's pretty bad. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you see, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.